Thomas was the butler and seemed a gentle, caring man. He had not looked them up and down as though they were scoundrels the way the man on the steps had. The cook, however, was quite a different matter. Sweating profusely and red-faced, he was the first overweight person that they had encountered, and now he looked as if he was about to explode. "What?" he stormed. "Feed a load of itinerants and vagabonds? It's bad enough that the poor laws say we have to feed wastrels and lazy layabouts from the parish, but this lot come from London. London!" He spat the word out as though it was something rotten in his mouth. "And where do I get the extra hands to cook the food? And who gives it to 'em? I don't want them down around my table. Anyway!" His tirade was cut short by the butler, who held up his hand and shook his head whilst smiling sweetly. "It's not your place to decide whether to feed these people, and remember, they are the Lord Chamberlain's men. You would wish that word got back to the Lord Chamberlain, Henry Carey, 1st Baron Hunsdon. I would suggest that he would put you in a pot and boil you up for the fun of it. Our master Sir Henry has decreed this will happen, so it will happen. These 2 servants will ferry the food and drink outside, so just leave it on that table in the corner. I would recommend that you only provide 1 barrel of sack, a middle-strength ale, and small beer for the young ones. After all, they have work to do, and shouldn't spend their time sleeping in the sun. I too have work to do, so I will take my leave. Make any additional arrangements with these 2. With that, the butler lowered his hand, smiled the smile of someone who knows he is in charge, turned, and left the room. Lucy and James looked at each other, open-mouthed. The chef snorted, threw down the rag he was holding, swore, and then told them to wait by the table in the corner. So began a regular duty that was to occupy Lucy and James for several hours, in the morning, at midday, and in the evening, as they ferried food and drink to the Lord Chamberlain's men. The actors mostly based themselves out of sight at the rear of the hall near the outbuildings. The first meal was definitely a learning experience. Hot from her exertions, Lucy asked, "Is there any water to drink?" Ned was swigging from a tankard of ale at the time and spluttered into it with laughter. "I don't know what part of the country you come from, lass. I know you say some strange things, but you can't drink the water round here, or in London for that matter. It will kill you. You can stay away from this stronger ale too. You have the small beer. That should do the trick. Water is for washing things in. Ale is for drinking."